Hi everyone, the next concept is object class. So what is object class? So object is a class. The name of the class is itself object. Generally what we know till now. So we are creating a class and we are creating an object for that class to access the members of a class. Okay, that is we know. Okay, but in Java we have a predefined class. The name of the class is nothing but object. Okay, so it is actually present in the predefined package java.language. Okay, so till now we didn't go completely regarding packages. In the next session we will learn. So java.language is a predefined package. There we find the object class, predefined package, predefined class. Okay, so this object class is the parent class. So parent class, subclass, child class, all we discussed in the inheritance, right? So this object class is a parent class of all the classes. So it may be predefined or user defined. There is no difference at all. For all the classes, this object class is a parent class. Okay, by default, by inbuilt. So the people who developed Java is in developed this object class like that. Okay, so in other words, so it is the topmost class of Java. Okay, I'm repeating, for user defined or predefined, whoever may be the class. Okay, so whatever may be the class, so then whatever may be the class and whoever created, whether inbuiltly or by the user. So this object class is the parent class or else topmost class. Okay, so every class in Java is directly or indirectly derived from the object class. Okay, so either you create a new, if you create a new class, so if it extends by some other class, for example in early examples, class bike, class Honda extends bike, that is, those are user defined classes. So that Honda class extends the bike class. Okay, so even though if it extends or not extend, there is a no issue. If the class does not extend any other class, then it is a direct child to the object class. Okay, so if a class doesn't extend other class, then it is a indirectly derived from the object class. Okay, so if class 1 extended by some other class, then it is a indirect child of object class. If class doesn't extend any class, then it is a direct child of object class. Okay, that is we are telling. Okay, any class, every class in Java is a directly or indirectly derived from the object class. That means a direct child or indirect child. And the object class is beneficial, it is very much useful. So if why? Because so we can refer any object. So by this by this object class reference variable. Okay, so we can refer any object, so with this reference variable of object class, so where we don't know about the class type. Okay, so if you don't know the class type of any class, so to refer the object, we can go with the object class reference variable. So this this is a superclass. So new class is a subclass. So by referencing the parent class reference variable, the child class object is nothing but upcasting. Okay, the parent class reference variable can refer the child class object is known as upcasting. So with this why? Because this object is actually a parent class. Okay, so topmost parent class. So by using this reference variable, we can refer the any child class. It may be user defined or predefined, any child class objects. So that is actually known as upcasting. We already know this upcasting. Okay, so therefore the object class methods are, so it is a parent class, right? By the inheritance what we learn, so anything in the parent class can be accessible by the subclass, right? Okay, here this object class is a parent class, means so the everything in this object class can be accessible by the any subclasses, either may be directly or indirectly subclasses. Okay, so hence the object class act as a root of inheritance hierarchy in any Java program. Okay, see the diagram here. So object is the topmost parent class, so all remaining are the subclasses. In these subclasses we have maybe predefined or maybe user defined. If predefined means a string class, system class. So in the some examples we discussed that a system is a predefined class, string is a predefined class. Okay, all comes under the subclasses of object. At the same time, bike, Honda 3, Maruti car, all nothing but user defined classes are also comes under the subclasses of object. Okay, so these are the methods available in the object class. So these methods can be accessible by the subclasses also. Okay, so like a get class to know the class name, hash code just like a integer, it returns the an integer value which represents the unique representation for the object. Next, equals compares two objects, returns true. And cloning means creating a new one which is having the similar behavior. Okay, exact copy. And to string conversion object into the string format. Notify all, wait all, or nothing but comes under concurrency. If the concurrency concept is there in your DBMS. Concurrency means if multiple objects are working on the same way, I mean same purpose, so then these can be happen. Okay, finally is the method. We already discussed this finalized method at the time of garbage collection. Okay, finalized method is used to closing or in calling whenever we want to close every resources related to object. Okay, so if you want to deallocate a memory for the object, so this method can be called. Why? Because the object is in the use of other resources. For example, a printer, files. So before deallocating the memory for object, deleting the object, so we can close every resources used by that object. For that reason we have a finalized method. Okay, so these are the set of methods available in the object class. So we'll discuss one by one. So toString method provides a string representation of the object, and it is used to convert object into the string. Okay, simply toString. So data can be converted into the string format. The default toString method for class object returns a string consisting of the name of the class of which the object is an instance. Okay, so toString is a method of object class. Okay, after that it will return the value in the string format. So what is the value it is written by is nothing but a class. So class name of the object. Okay, so class name of the object in the string format. So object is a superclass and the subclasses of the object will uses this toString. Okay, object superclass and subclass object will use this toString. It will return the class name in the string format. Okay, so whenever we try to print any object reference, then internally toString method is called. Okay, so here we are trying to create the object for the student class. So generally how to print the data, object data. So system.out.println. Yes, if you want to print object, then this is the way you can print the data, but that is also possible in different way, that is s.toString. S is an object of student class. So toString means, so we are trying to print the class of this object. What is the class of this object? A student in the form of a string. Okay, so toString is a method to convert the object into the string. Okay, so this is the object of a student class. This toString method, this statement is used to print the class of this object in the string format. So that is I am trying to say. Okay, hash code is a hash code is just actually an integer unique number. Okay, So for every object, JVM generates a unique number which is a hash code. Okay, so simply a hash code is nothing but a unique number, not a string, and it returns a distinct integer for distinct objects. Okay, so for a different object, this integer may be differ. Okay, it converts the internal address of the object to an integer. Hash code is the method where it returns the unique number. What is that unique number? Unique number is nothing but internal address of the object. So this number is different for different object. Okay, distinct means different. So for one object the value is 1, like your roll number. Okay, so for different students, different roll numbers are there. Now that is the case. Okay, so when it comes to the use of hash code method, so it returns a hash value that is used to search object in a collection. So what is collection? Till now we don't know this. So in general, if you already know, the thing is like arrays. Okay, array is a best example of collections. So which means to store a set of data, we can go with the collections. To search the values in the collection, this hash code is useful. Okay, so next one, JVM uses this hash code while saving the object. Okay, while saving the object in some data structures like hash set, hash map, hash table. Okay, so hash code just like in the to store the object in the these kind of data structures, this hash code is useful by the JVM. Okay. The main advantage of saving object is based on the hash code is nothing but it makes the searching easy. Okay, so collections are nothing but where we can store the set of elements. So hash set, hash map, hash tables also comes under collection framework. Okay, where we have a set of elements in it, so you need to search for a data so for that you need a unique code that is nothing but a hash code. Okay, so this hash code is actually object class method. So to know if you want to use this method into your user classes, you have to override. We already know the override concept, so you have to override the hash code method needs to be done such that for every object we generate a unique number. Okay, if you want to work with the hash code method, you have to override. So if you if you override, you can easily work with it. And the example of hash code is nothing but a student roll number only. Okay, we are just we understand how hash code is represented, means it is equal to the roll number in your classes to identify a student uniquely. Okay, next this is a program will demonstrate two methods. One is a hash code, the second one is toString. So public class student, so these are the variables. Constructor, and we are overriding the hash code method. This is actually parent class method. So then we are overriding here public int hash code. So it returns the roll number, means hash code is directly returns some value, roll number. Okay, public static void main string arguments. So object is we are creating, object we are printing into by using toString. So this hash code method can be written by this method, can be accessed by the constructor. Okay, whenever we can call this method, it will return a unique hash code to an object. Okay, equals method, so it is used to compare objects. So this method is belongs to object class. So we have this can also be overridden like a hash code method. Okay, so if you want to work with the equals method, we along with this one we have to override hash code also. Okay, so to work with the equals of method of object class, we have to override hash code also. So because based on the unique number only we can compare two objects. Okay, so that is the thing. A get class, it returns the class name of the object. Okay, so it is used to know the metadata of the class. Metadata is nothing but a structure of the class, and this get class is a method with a static definition, so that's why we don't need to override this method. So when it comes to the hash code method as well as equals method, we have to override them, but when it comes to the get class method, we don't need to override. Why? Because it is a static method. So here is an example. So class main method. So object is nothing but a superclass. Object is a reference variable. New string is actually subclass. Okay, these are predefined class. Object is a superclass, string is a child class. This object is a reference variable, so we are assigning the child class object to the superclass reference variable. Now class C. Class is nothing but a class. Class C mean a int a, float b, like that we have a class C, class type variable C, where we are trying to get the name of the class. So by using this reference variable get class. So see here, we are not overriding this get class method. Why? Because this is a static synchronizer method. We can directly use this method. Okay, so by this reference variable we are calling this method get class. Okay, what is happening? So this object is belongs to object class. So this object class is getting here, and it is stored in the C class variable. So if it is a normal data, integer data, we can store into the integer variable, but get class is used to access the name of the class, right? So that's why we are store into the class C variable. So C dot get it, we have a class name in C. So to get that class name, we have a get name method. Okay, so C dot get name. So we are trying to print. And a finalize method, we already discussed this method. It is useful in the garbage collector. So garbage collector call this method whenever we want to we want to dereference the objects. So this is the method is the responsible for the cleanup process. A cleanup process means closing all resources that is used by the object. For example, using the printer, you opening a file, reading of data, anything, any activity can be deactivated by the finalized method. Okay, so finalized method is called just once. Okay, no need this method is called only once. At the end, final, this is the method called by the object finally before deactivating this object. Okay, no other method will call after this finalized. This is the last method in the class to be called by the JVM. Okay, to perform the cleanup process. Okay, so this is the way we can call the main method. Okay, we are calling here garbage collector, right? So public class test main method, we are creating an object for test. We are getting the hash code here. So we are performing null, means referencing a null to the object. So we are calling the garbage collector. And after this main method, this is the method to invoke that. So finalized method, so means after any method, means it may be predefined as is defined. After any method, the last method to be called is nothing but finalized method for the purpose of cleanup process. Okay, and after that here if you see this is nothing but annotation. Okay, so till now comments we know, this is the comments, but here we are specifying this at the rate symbol. Means this is a override method of object class. To represent that we are using this is called as annotation. So override means so it won't affect in the execution of a program. How we have a comments like this, we have annotations. It means it is a override method from the superclass. And after last, I mean clone method, the next one is it returns the exact copy of the predefined method. Okay, so it is a predefined method in the object class. It provides the exact copy of the existing object. Okay, so it returns a new object that is exactly the same as the this object. So we are using a number one, I mean one object. So if you want to create this same like how we can say, like a Xerox. Okay, if any faculty provide material, or maybe if it is a book in a library, reference book in a library, if you want to make it a copy like like Xerox, then the purpose of the for that purpose we can use this clone method. Okay, so that about clone, to create a new object which is having the same copy as old one. Okay, the remaining methods are wait, notify, notify all these are used in concurrency. So wait means, so if you take your classroom as an example, so if one faculty is giving lecturer, the other faculty has to wait outside, right? So that is nothing but concurrency. So one after the other has to come into your class, faculties. Okay, so one has to wait while other class is going on. So this is called as, I mean, that the purpose of the purpose is fulfilled by the wait method of the object class. Notify. Okay, so one faculty is completed their lecture, and that faculty has to notify the other faculty to come and continue with your class. Okay, that is nothing but a notify. So one faculty with the another faculty. Okay, so notify all means, so for example, if a HOD is trying to notify all faculty, so that is tomorrow there is no classwork, suspend the classwork. Or maybe class teacher will notify all students, that is you have to pay fees. Okay, or maybe you have to submit the assignments. Okay, so like that. So wait is between two ones, so intimating that you have to wait for a while. Okay, and notify is happen between two members. So in concurrency of concurrent executions, I mean parallel execution, that you can continue. So till now you are in wait state. Now you can go with the running state. Notifying means my work is done, then you can continue with your work, like that. Notify means it is happen between many people, so one to many. Okay, so notify means so as a class teacher I am notifying all students, so you have to attend the class, or maybe you have to pay the fees, or else you have to submit the assignments, like that. In between many it will happen. Okay, so all these three comes under concurrency, means parallel executions happen. Okay, so that's all for the class.